Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Deficine, running a little domination on the map Carrier. This is in a game battles match that I had with two of my friends against four random people that we came across. Well, not random people, obviously, they were game battles people, but we decided that we knew we were down a man, and my friend accidentally put us in a 4v4 match, but we didn't actually have a fourth man. We were supposed to be doing for threes in game battles, but we said, whatever, we'll do it a man down anyways, and we can use the momentum we just had from, I think we were playing league play, and take that over to game battles and see how well we would do there. So we were playing, and we started off not so slow. Actually, I started off really hot, and I continued. I just went off throughout the game, and it's funny because for a domination game with a respawn delay, there was a lot of action. I think a lot of kills went down on the map Carrier. It's a bigger map, but because you're playing domination and so low people, everybody's kind of rushing to the most direct routes, and so it's definitely a lot of kills for me. If you guys are curious about this series, how the series went, game battles is best of 3, and the first map we had one. Spoiler alert, it was this one. And the destroyer, or a hard point. No, the game after was a hard point. Maybe on standoff, I want to say. And we were host the first two, so by game battles rules, they're hosting the last two, or up to the last two of the series. And we lost the hard point by like 10 points. Like, it was super close. And then the search and destroy, we got slaughtered. I don't know if they were just good at search and destroy or not. If you guys are curious, I'm actually using an alternative method of recording my voice today. I am testing out a different microphone and a portable device so that I can actually go in a separate room where it's not as noisy and record audio, because like right now my brother hasn't gotten off the computer too much in the last few days. He's been playing some new games on the PC, and I'm on this crazy sleep schedule. I'm going to bed at like 7 to 10 a.m. and waking up at like 3 p.m. So I don't have a lot of time before everyone comes home. If my dad's working, he comes home at, I think, like 4:30, so that only is an hour before, in the time that I'm up, because then he comes and takes a nap, and I don't want to be recording audio in the room if he's taking a nap and then stuff like that. So I'm testing a new audio, so this may be less quality than we're all used to, and that's going to have to work for today. I just want to test this out and see how well this is going to go over the gameplay audio. I know that the noise levels is going to be up because it's a pretty cheap condenser microphone on a headset that I'm using, and so I can't promise the best quality there. And it's a condenser. It's going to pick up the little things as opposed to having any kind of cardioid pattern so that it doesn't pick up anything. But that's a little in depth if anyone doesn't know anything about audio, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Just know that you're going to hear a little fuzz maybe, perhaps, unless you don't, which is great. If you don't, then it might be a viable option later on if I needed not an emergency, but a side kind of thing if I absolutely need to go in a different room. The room I'm in is like 100 degrees right now, and I'm already sweating, and it's been like 3 minutes, and it's so hot in this room that I'm sitting in, and it's hot, period. And I'm really hoping that that my uncle sets up the pool. We have a pool in the backyard. It's like a permanent stand-up pool. It's not in ground or anything like that, but it's a pretty decent sized pool, and it's pretty deep. I think it might be 6 feet, I want to say, but it might also be, I don't know how deep it is, but it's pretty deep. It's a deep pool, and it suffices the needs of what we need it for, as being a very cold object. It's going to be lovely in the summer when I go on for distance runs, and I can just come back, hop in the pool, cool off instantaneously, and then get a good stretch down. Maybe stretch down first before I hit myself with some cold water and shock my muscles into freezing up and tightening. But that'll be nice later on. I spent a lot of time outside. We have a beautiful backyard with my family put in like stone, like it's all, well, you'd have to come over and see it, really. Not that I'm inviting everyone to come see it, but I'm just saying it looks really nice, and that's yeah. I really hope that they open up the pool this week. I think he has to finish shocking the pool because it's gonna be like 100 degrees, 90 degrees all weekend. So I'm looking forward to a nice little dip in the pool, because surely the water is definitely up to like 70 or 80 by now. I mean, it's maybe not 80, but definitely probably like high 60s, 70 degrees, which is definitely warm enough to be inside on a day like today. It's definitely humid and hot, and it needs much needed. Anyways, guys, the topic that I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about today is that I'm kind of excited about, because just recently, a little while ago, I joined a local Ultimate Frisbee club. And for those of you who may not know what Ultimate Frisbee is, it's a form of Frisbee that is, I don't even know how you would describe it in relation to something else, but basically you pass the Frisbee to teammates, And when you catch the frisbee, there are some rules that differ. Some people say you can take like 2 steps. Other rules say you have to stay still. So it varies depending on who you're playing with. But basically, you have to catch it and then stop, or maybe move a foot or two, and then pass it to another teammate. So it's just pass and go, pass and go, pass and go, and you have to take it to the end of the field and to the scoring area. So think of it as like if you're familiar with football, you have to get it from one field to the other field, passing the frisbee. There's no running it. There's no anything crazy like that. And you play defense, and so it's really fun. And I think it fits really well with what I was in, because in high school we played a ton of frisbee, or seemingly played it. It kind of dipped down a little bit towards the end there, but like my junior year we played a ton of frisbee. Sophomore year we played a ton of ultimate frisbee, and so I'm really excited to get into a local club playing ultimate frisbee around here, because I haven't really been getting involved in any kind of group activities around Boston, and so I'm hoping that this is an easy way to kind of break out of that bubble that I've been kind of living in right now, which is pretty exciting, because I'm glad that it's not only a physical activity that I'll be getting back into quite a bit, it's consistent. There's like 1,700 people in the group I joined, which is fantastic. Obviously not 1,700 people are going to go every time, but that just means that a lot of people are interested in this particular group, and so they're going to be well organized, and you can get games consistently, which is what I'm definitely looking for. And so, but mostly I think I'm just looking for local friends. I honestly don't have many, if any, local friends at the moment, because I haven't really been getting out and doing like random activities around the thing, because it's kind of difficult. I feel like life is so much easier when you're growing up, and you have public school or private, whatever your form of education is when you're growing up. But like the fact that you almost have to go to school, or when you have to go to, I think, till you're 16 at least. Now I think it's the law. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that. But the fact that you have to go to school all the time, and so it makes life easy, because you have like a set schedule. You have some time to yourself after school, and you can do whatever you want. But I mean, like, you have to wake up, you have to go to school, you have to be in an environment with other people, and so it's easy to make friends. It's easy to get involved in other activities, because there are people there that are also looking for similar interests and stuff like that. So you guys can set up groups and stuff like that. But when you hit the real world, if you're in college after high school, like, it's the same idea. You're in an environment with tons of people who have similar interests as you, with the same age group, and it's easy to get things going and getting the ball rolling. But once you're like, let's say you're after college and like you move, let's say like you live in a small rural city in Idaho or Illinois, or I don't know, somewhere. It could be Maine, it could be, I don't know, I'm sure you could be a rural city in Massachusetts. I don't know, I'm sure they have smaller towns. But my point is that once you and then you move to a bigger city, like let's say you go from some small town in Oklahoma to like LA, right? Or Boston or New York or Chicago. Like, you're not going to know anybody there, obviously, because you haven't lived there at any point in time in your life. And it's almost not intimidating, but like, where do you begin? You know what I'm saying? Because like you don't know anybody. You don't know how many groups that you're involved in. You don't know the local area. You don't know anything. So yeah, you can hang out with whomever, or if you moved by yourself, with whoever you moved to. Like, maybe it's a significant other, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's friends, I don't know. But eventually you're going to have to break out of that and, create your own living environment in that area that you've chosen to live in. And so it can be tough. It definitely was tough to me for that transition, because I went from college and then I ran into financial trouble with college. So now I'm just living in Boston with my family, and I haven't been able to break out. I mean, I live in a neighborhood where it's generally other people. Like, it's like family passed down houses. And so there aren't really any people that are my age that live in this neighborhood, which is kind of disappointing. It's a lot of older people, or maybe like newer families, but they have really young kids. And so it really doesn't fit in my, late teens, early 20s kind of age group that I would, be great to have. And so I'm hoping that this Frisbee thing really takes off, because I think it'll be good for me in the sense that I'll be, in a group that's encouraging physical activity, obviously, because it's a sport. So you'll be that. Then I'm thinking ultimate Frisbee, it's typically not a sport that super young kids or super old people get involved into. So I'm hoping to meet some people that are around my age group. I mean, I don't mind. I think, 20s is fine. I mean, I don't want to become friends with like a 30-something-year-old. Like, it's not that it's totally in like the normal world. Like, you can have friends at different ages. But I would prefer to have people closer to my age, just because it's just, I think it's easier to relate to them. And so I was also thinking about that the other day too. I was laying in bed because I've been sitting in bed till like 5, 6, 7 a.m. and kind of trying to go to bed, which is not happening, by the way, for like the past the past 4 days, which is something I need to figure out and kind of fix on my own. But like, anyways, guys, this has been all over the place, and the gameplay's coming to an end. I went off, I went hard, I went in the paint, and got a pretty decent score. Saved it with a win for my team. We were man down, which is pretty impressive. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. Hopefully this audio is not too bad for you guys. And have a nice day, guys. See ya.